Hello there dear YouTube friends. In this video we'll be looking on how to make this particular design, which is an NFT marketplace in Figma. So in this tutorial I'll be going through each and every single step very clearly, and in each of the steps I will be actually giving you some helpful tips that you can utilize in your next UI UX designing projects. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay friends, so this is a simple and blank canvas in Figma which I have just created. So this is, I'll be just gonna creating the whole landing page here, and let's just get some assets to be like stored here. I have like collected the assets from, as you can see here, this is a simple asset that you can use it in your project. I mean, this will be useful in our project that we're going to develop right now, design it right now. And the next is we're going to have a bunch of how do you say, this is called Satoshi Apes NFT images. So this is just a simple free images that I can easily access in the internet, and I just downloaded it for free. Just copy and paste it here, right here. The next thing is just I've just collected a bunch of icons that I will be using out throughout this designing process, and also the logo. So let's get started. So first of all, let's go to the blank page which we have just created here, and in this page let's create how do you say, the frame. Yeah, that's the first step we have always been doing. So in order to have the frames to be selected. Okay, so in order to the first step is to create a frame. So let's go to this particular icon here, which is called frame, and just select this frame tool, and we're gonna make a square of size. Let's just make like this. First, let's give it a square like this, and next let's go to this particular this configuration of your frames here. So in this case, what we're gonna do here is just we're gonna add we're gonna make, we're gonna give the resolution for width and the height to be 1440, and just click and enter, and let's go back here and just like to have it a bigger resolution, which would look nice in a better quality. So that's the first step, which is just as simple as creating the frame. And the next step is I would like to have the color of this particular background, which is frame, to be black. So just gonna make it background here, just gonna go background, and then just go and not this, sorry, to select this folder first, then go to fill and select black color. Okay, that's the one. Okay, now first of all, let's add this. The first step which we always do is to just finish up. Let's create some header first. So let's go to assets, and this the case. In this case, I've found this logo which belongs to the design there. And of course, you can actually access this too. I'll be sharing this particular link of Figma in the description below. So what you can do, you can just copy this whole logo and just gonna paste it in this particular frame. So as you can see here, we can just drag it and just place it right here. Okay, so the next step is to have a search bar at the center of this particular frame tool here. So let's go and select this particular tool called shapes, and just pick rectangle. That should be fine. So with the rectangle which we have just chosen, we can just simply create a rectangle, something like this, and just make sure you need to place it exactly in the center, and also you need to make sure that you have given enough of height and width. Just make sure your height and width should be reflecting this height of this logo. Okay, it should be good, and just place it in the center like this. And also let's give some border. For example, let's give a border of 15. That's too much, so 5 should be enough for this small cases. And next, let's give this color to be white. And the next step is let's reduce the opacity of this search bar to 50%. Okay, that's work. And let's give it even lesser, like 25. 25 is too little. That means I'm gonna go for 35. Okay, that's good. Okay, next thing I would like to add is I would like to add some text within this, something like this. And in this case, I'll be reducing the size of the text, which is from let's see what's the best size. Okay, I think should be 13 should be fine. So in this case, I'm just gonna type it like what you will be most probably will be seeing in a search bar like this. Okay, something like this, and just let's reduce the uh yeah the yeah like how do you say this? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the space between the line, and let's give a nice uh, font. In this case, I want to give DM Sans, which I'll usually be using it most of the time. And okay, that's nice. And next, let's reduce the opacity of this yeah, of this particular font as well. For example, let's from currently it is 100%. I would like to give to 50%, and 50% is seems a bit very light, so 60% should be do. And this case, next thing I want to do is just to add an icon here, which will be able to users can actually click on it to search for a particular yeah NFT. For example, in this case, I'm gonna go for this search icon here, which I've already gathered earlier. Okay, so we just need to place it right here, and just make sure you're following the size of this. The height should be not so different from here, and then it should be okay. Then we can also choose the color. In this case, let's detach the instance, and in this case we can actually choose the color. This you can actually like make it white, and make it white like this, and we can actually reduce the opacity same as the text which we have chosen, which was 60. Okay, that should be good. And let me just choose how to say my font which I've just installed, which is I mean we can go with DM Sans, which we should be okay. We should be okay, which is DM Sans. It's just fine, by the way. And yep. And let's make this to be let's reduce the size. Let's reduce the line spacing between this text. Okay, so that should be good for the search. Yep. And let's make it a bit bigger. And same goes to this. Just make it to the center. Okay, that should be good. Okay, that's nice. And next, let's look at this particular right hand side where we'll be having two separate components, and those two components will be just a button, which is a button which says to create an NFT, and an avatar just to represent a person's profile. Yeah, for example, let's go to the next thing we can do is to add a button. So we can go to rectangle again and just make a simple rectangle which actually follows the height of this, and just make some simple rectangle like this. You can actually just make something like this, and of course let's give some radius. I would like to make it curved, for example like 50, and of course and 50 should be good. Next thing I want to add is some text inside here. Yeah, and before adding some text, I would like to change the color of this. Let's give some blue and some light blue. Okay, this should be good. Next thing is let's add some text within this button. So what I'll be doing here, I'm just gonna type a plus, and then I'm just gonna type create. and then I'll be just making the text to be centered. And currently, as you can see here, as you can see, the text is not fully centered. I'm just gonna make it like this, like that, and also increasing the size of the text as well to 15 should do. Okay, just make it like this. Okay, then just gonna group selected. Just gonna make it to a bit here. And next here, I'll be adding an avatar of a person, something like this. So next thing I'm just gonna find is I'm gonna find this is a simple avatar of a person. So it's gonna type 3D avatar, and it's gonna be very simple. So just gonna search for it, and there you go. You have a lot of options here. So I'm just gonna choose. Yeah, this should be good, right? You have just you can just easily access it from the internet. Just Google search for it, and there you go. You can just copy this. For example, just copy this image, and what you can do, you can just paste it like this. Yeah, you can just copy the image and just Control V in it. And then next, let's just increase the size a bit like this. Okay, they're actually on the left hand side. So let's go to our assets here. We have already have some set of icons which we can just use it instantly. For example, all of these icons. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna manually just copy it, and I'll be just pasting it right here, and I'll be just pasting it right here, and also I'll be just increasing the size a bit bigger, and this should be good. And also I'll be having a background, something like this, just so that to indicate that this is the how do you say, this is the uh, active icon that we are actually being active in. For example, you can just exactly just paste it right behind you can just send it back and place it like this. And next thing, we can just make the rectangle to be, its corners to be rounded. For example, let's give it like uh, 50 is a lot, so this should be 5 should be okay. And next thing is let's make it a bit smaller. Yeah, let's make this icon to be a bit smaller, something like this should be good. Place it exactly in the center and just make it following this particular logo. And next, let's reduce the opacity of this background, and this is going to make it 10%. 10% is too yeah, very not so visible. Let's give like around like 40. Okay, I think this should be good. And let's also like change the color of this blue to be a brighter version, a brighter blue, something like this, so it will be able to reflect the contrast between the other. And let's also increase the radius of this as well to 6. That should be better. Okay, that's the first one, by the way. And also let's add another line here just to indicate that this is the current uh, current menu that you are currently being active in. So next is, let's give it the same color which we have just chosen for the icon. In this case is this color here, and just gonna make this particular thickness to be 5. And as you can see here, this is the current yeah, this is how thick it should be. And let's reduce to 4. And yeah, and also let's should be 3 should be good, I guess. Okay, yeah, 3 is the one that we should be using. Okay, and next let's reduce this size to be a little bit smaller than then it should be okay. And also let's add something just right behind it. Okay, yeah, that should be good. And next, let's go to the next icon, which is uh, just gonna paste it right here, and let's go to the components, and I'll be just copying this icon, Control V, and here I'm just gonna make it Control sorry, oh sorry, I'm just gonna make it, I'm just gonna copy and paste it right like this, and I'll just be increasing the color of this to be white, and that should be good. Just decrease the size to fit the icon on the top here, yeah, something like this, and just increase the brightness of this color of this icon, and just place it like this. Okay, since this is a vector, you can actually choose the thickness of the of the icon. Let's say I'd like to give 1.5. Okay, 1.5 should be perfectly and perfectly should be suitable for this icon, and yep, that's it. Okay, so I'll be just placing it right here, and also I'll be just having some little text here. It's right below this icon, which says yeah, I'm just gonna type it something like, just to have it, yeah, like, yeah, just gonna type top. As you can see, this text is kind of big, so I'm just gonna go with a smaller size, and yeah, I think it should be 6, should be okay, that should be good. And also I'll be just following this, yeah, it says 72% of opacity. I'll be just gonna follow with 72% of opacity. Okay, and there you go. So that's the second menu which we have just chosen. So I'm just going to make it a group, and it's going to copy it and paste it right like this. And of course I'm going to make it like in a straight line like this, and I'm going to make a duplicate another ones. Okay, and just make sure that you are having the same distance between each and every icons. So the second, in the third icon, I'll be using this dashboard yeah, icon, and we're just directly gonna go here and just replace it like this. No, that's not the way. Yeah, I think we can't be doing copy and paste for this vector. You just need to manually paste it right here, and just need to paste it like center, and just gonna paste it like this. And I'll be deleting the one in the back. And just gonna paste it right center like this, and I'll be giving it a color of white, and the opacity you're gonna increase it to 72, or you can also give up to 70%. That should be good. And the thickness of this opacity of this icon should be 1.5. Okay, that's good. And just gonna change the text to services. Okay, I'm just gonna increase the size of the width to 26. That should be good. Okay, that's nice. And then third one should be another icon, which I can just take it from here as well. So in this case, I'll be taking this icon here. This is going to be a news icon. It's a news icon. So I'm doing the same thing, just gonna make it resize it manually to fit this particular container, which has been reserved for placing icons. So in this case, I'm just gonna make it in the center like this, and yeah, something like this, and just gonna change the color to white, opacity to 70, the thickness just gonna make it to 1.5, yeah, something like this. And also I'm just gonna place the text to be in the center, and I will change the name to news. Okay, let's give it a check here. So as you can see, this is your navigation bar that you have just created. And as you can see, this is pretty small. What I can suggest is that we can actually make the size to be even bigger. What you can do, just select all of this and just increase the size like this, and this should be good. And also just increase the size of the font to currently it's 6. Let's give it 10. 10 is still, yeah, too small. Let's give it I think 15 should be okay, I guess. No, I think 14 is the best. Yeah, 14 should be the one that we should choose to go with. And this width, let's increase the width to 50. Oh, 50 is still not enough. And 60, yeah, 60 should be enough. just gonna place it right in the center like this. And also the text here is gonna be 14 as well, the size. It's gonna place it a bit this. Okay, that should be good. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Yeah, there's another two icons left at the bottom here. In this case, we're gonna add just gonna directly just gonna place it like this, because we have learned about this earlier, so it won't be a problem if we are able to learn this in like while placing it in your in your design canvas. So as you can see here, we can just need to increase the opacity of this, and this. So what you can do, you can just change the color to white. Oh, not this. Actually, not fill, by the way. It's actually okay. I guess what you can do, we can just select the to 1.5 should be good. And what you can do is give the color to be white and give 70% of opacity. Okay, and that's for the first icons. The text should be the same as well. In this case, I'm gonna make this. This is gonna take the gonna make it white as well and 70% of opacity. And same goes with these icons, which I'm gonna make it white. Just gonna select this again. Just make it white and 70% of opacity. Same goes to this text here. Text here should be white as well, and the opacity is gonna be 70% as usual. Okay, I think we have finished all the menu here, the top header menus, as well as the side menu, and currently we are good to go with the main content of this particular landing page, which is the NFT. Basically. So first of all, let's create like the jumbotron. Jumbotron is the one that's going to be filling this whole space here. This the first 25% of the space, which we're going to fill it with jumbotron. So let's go. Let's choose a frame like frame 2 like this. And what you're going to do, just going to make a simple rectangular that fills the whole space like this. Okay, and just not the whole space, just decrease the size probably around here. And in this case, what we can do, just going to make it we can actually add some fill here. So in this case going to give some color of just going to go with this color, and it's a bit darker like this, should be good. And also let's give some border. The border, let's give it some around like, let me just check, around 15 should be good, I guess. No, I think 25 should be good. Okay, I think 25 is good, by the way. And what we can also do is that we can actually make the border to be around like 50% should be good. Okay, that's nice. And the color, I can allow to give it a bit more darker color. Yeah, something like this. And what we can do right now is that let's add the following assets, which is this image here. So it's going to copy this image, so copy the whole image like this, copy, and just going to select the frame and paste it right here. And what I can do here, I'm just going to place it right here. Yep, something like this. Just going to place it right here. And also I'll be increasing the size of this. Okay, that should be good. Just make sure you are placing it within your frame, so that as long as it's within your frame, then it should be okay. And just make sure your background of this particular is really kind of dark here, so that you'll be able to give some detail, a better contrast to this particular layer. So as you can see, this is really looks nice. So let's go to the following content of this. So we're gonna add some text here. So this text is gonna be just some simple text which says some words that gonna describe what are we actually doing, which is like just gonna say popular and affordable collection. Okay, so I'm just going to make the size to be bigger. For example, from 16, I'll let go for directly to. I mean, this is kind of huge, by the way. Just make it. Yeah, I think it'll be wise if we reduce the size of the text as well as that. Let's reduce. I mean, let's decrease this letter spacing as well, and it should be like this as well. And next thing is that let's gonna add some avatars on the bottom here, bottom right here. For example, in this case I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna place it right here, and just gonna place it right below here, just to indicate who are the users, who are the contributors of this of this NFT. So in this case, I'm just gonna place it like this, and just gonna make it like this. Just gonna place it on top of each other. Yeah. So in this case, I'm just gonna use the same avatars, because yeah, you can actually go with having different avatars based on your preference. And in this case, just for educational purpose, you can I'm just going to use the same items here. And the next I'll be adding some call to action button here, right here, which actually doesn't goes within uh, the jumbotron, but it's actually on top of this jumbotron. So in this case, I'm going to create a rectangular shape tool. For example, just going to take a rectangle, just going to place it like something like this. And in this case, this rectangular tool is not going to be, it's not going to be under, it's not going to be under the frame. It's going to be, it's just going to be within the big one. It's going to be right. Place it right here, and let's make it center. Okay, that should be good. And of course, I'm going to make the size to be a bit smaller than it's supposed to be, like this. And this center. Next, I want to add some color, some good looking color. For example, like let's add some, this should be good. And let's add some borders to maximum for 500 should be good. And okay, the next thing, let's add some text inside here which says C offers. So in this case, I'll be just going to reducing the size of the font to, let's see which one fits with C. Okay, I'm doing this. Just press it like this, and make sure you are using a good, a perfect font size. For example, 20, or should be, I think 18 should be good, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna go with 18 and just type it like this. Place it in the center, something like this, and as well as that should be good. Okay, so as you can see here, I've just created the jumbotron. Just like it's a simple few steps only that required, because I was able to collect all the details, all the assets. And also just make sure, let's give this frame to be the maximum corner. Instead of 50, let's make it 500. No, 500 is too much. That's seriously too much. So 75 should be good, I guess. Okay. I think 75 is still good. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next. Okay, let's go to the next step, which is to showcase the NFTs that has been created. So in this case, we're gonna utilize this these apes images. So that's what we're gonna do in this particular step. The next step, the following step. So let's have the first set of grid view. So the grid view is going to be like filled with NFTs. So in that case, I'm just going to select like text tool like this, and just going to say you be interested, just to yeah, just showcase the most popular NFTs that are available. In this case, from 18, I wanted to use 24, and just gonna make this size to be smaller. Okay, and okay, and just gonna make this to be 65. Okay, yeah, just keep it 50, and just let's move on. So this case, I'm gonna make it. It's gonna make it like uh, a frame tool like this. This case, I'll be making a rectangular frame like this, and within here I'll be collecting, going to assets, and I'll be selecting one of these apes. For example, I'll be copying the first ape, and I'll go to the page. I'll be clicking on the frame and pasting the apes, and of course I'll be increasing the size of the apes to just to fit the rectangular frame that we have just created. Yep, something like this, and this should be like this, and yep, that's all. And let's make the size of the frame to be I mean the width, sorry, the corner to be yeah, let's make 40. Let's give check 40. Okay, I think 40 is still good looking, by the way, and also I think it should be looking nice. And okay, yeah, I think, yeah, it definitely looks nice, by the way. And let's add the icon of the people who actually made this. Just gonna place it right here, and once we place it, let's add some shadow around here, just so that we can actually indicate that this particular icon has been on top of the actual card. So just gonna go to effects, drop shadow, and as you can see here, by default we have already have some how do you say, uh, yeah, some details like this. Then it should be good. Okay, we can go with the, yeah, default one. And also there's some text we can actually put, and which we can actually just put it like this, just make it like this, and we can add some text right below here. And in this case, let's reduce the size of the font to be 16, I guess. Yep, 16. And we're just going to put John, yeah, Doe, just to indicate that this is the, I mean, the person who actually made this particular NFT is the owner. Yeah, and then let's give some shadow as well. And just gonna click here and go to effects, and there you go. Let's go with simple. Should be enough. And there you go. We have just created the first card, and what we're gonna do, we're just gonna make it a repeating group of cards. So in this case, I just copy and pasted the frame here, which we just created. I'm just gonna put it like this, and I'm just gonna do the same thing more times. Example like this, and like this as well. Just make sure you are correctly keeping the size, I mean the spacing should be consistent. Okay, this is 25. Okay, and there you go. What we can do here right now, we can actually just replace all these apes with different apes which we have collected. For example, in this case, it's gonna double click here and just paste it like this. Just gonna play, I mean, just make increase the size, just it will be able to fit the frame. That's the second one. Go to the next ape, just gonna go to the copy and just paste it right here, just increase the size. And that's the third one. Let's go to the fourth one, copy, go to page one, double click, paste, and increase the size. And there you go. That's the fourth one. And let's go to the final one. We copy it and go to page one again, double click and paste, and increase this opacity, I mean the size of the ape which we have just created. And there you go. We have just created the ape. Okay, and also we can actually just make it into an auto layout. For example, just select all of this. You can actually just add this auto layout, and we can actually make this repeating cards into arrange, like letting them being arranged in a horizontal or a vertical direction. If you click on vertical, it actually arranged in this manner, while if I click on horizontal, it will be arranged in this manner as well. We can also manipulate the spacing between the items, for example like this. And yeah, that's how we can actually control the whole repeating group, just by having yeah, auto layout. That's the plus point of being using auto layout. And next, let's add a simple another button which will actually just like you can actually like let the users to actually view more of this yeah, apes, yeah, NFTs. In this case, gonna type see all, and it's gonna change the background color as well. In this case, gonna make this color to be like purple like this, and just gonna make this size to be like this. And the font color, I'm gonna make it a bit darker than it's supposed to be, like this. And sorry, I mean, and no, and this the font color should be bright. Yeah, that's the one. Should be bright, but it should be okay. It should be something like this, and bright like this, and the background should be darker. And let's increase the size of the background as well to 20. Okay, that should be good. Okay, and next we're gonna just another just to fill up the space, we're gonna just copy this entire yeah, this entire group, and just gonna make it a group first, and then copy and paste it. Just gonna place it right here, and make sure the spacing is perfectly fits. And also let's make this to be, yeah, yeah, we should make sure it actually aligns together with the other scenes as well, other icons as well. And I guess we have just finished the entire project in just few minutes. So thank you guys for watching this entire video. And yeah, before ending this video, let's go to this particular repeating group like this. What we can also do here, we can actually just make the whole how do you say, whole repeating group to auto layout as well. So as you can see here, this auto layout can be used this auto layout feature can be used to actually arrange them in horizontally or vertically, and also you can actually arrange them like this as well, so that you're able to stack on top of each other. And that's how you'll be able to use auto layout feature in your next project as well. So I hope that this whole idea of this particular project will be able to help you in designing your next project, which can be either an NFT landing page or an NFT marketplace. So it all has to be some simple yeah, you can use it, this particular Figma tool, and just you can have a lot of design inspirations. You can actually get it from from Figma community, from Dribble. So these are where we can actually get the inspiration from, and we can actually improve it in our UI UX designs. So thank you guys for watching this video entirely till the end. So let's meet in another designing tutorial where I'm teaching you more and more useful tips like how I taught you right now in the next video. So yeah, until then, thank you guys for watching, and let's meet in another video. Thanks.